Welcome everyone to the series of podcasts about Masaaki Imai's legacy. Today I'm joined in the studio by José Carlos Pires, Senior Partner of Kaizen Institute Western Europe and North America. Welcome, José, to the podcast.
Thank you, Alish. Thank you for having me here.
So maybe let's start with the obvious question, your story with Masaaki Imai. So do you remember the first time that you met him? How was it?
So actually, when I entered Kaizen in 2003, some years ago. The moment that I met him, I think it was some years later. I think it was about 2007. That had it was quite an impact. We were going to meet him and being with him, and he was being with some of our customers. Yeah, it was. I don't remember the exact date, but I remember that it was on that year.
Maybe I will make a little more follow-up question. Like, what was the most impactful thing from meeting him? What do you remember about it?
No, the moment I cherish the most is one time that I was with him in Japan for a full week, and it was not any other, only a colleague of mine that was also in Kaizen at that time, and this was about 2009 or 2010. I don't recall the exact date. I think it was 2010, and we were visiting some companies, or even some not only businesses but also hospitals that they had in Japan, and we had a Japan benchmark tour with some companies of Europe, Middle East that were going there, and this is one of the moments I cherish the most, because Masaaki at that time, he had let's say he guided us through all the week, although he was already pretty senior. I won't say he's old, he was very senior at that time. He was taking care of us. I was already, I don't know, 2009, I should be like 30 or 31, but he was taking care of us, taking us to tell us about the story of Japan, like we were his kids, you know, at that time. So it was really good. Really good experience.
Okay, so you've met, like you were with him many times, and you had the pleasure of understanding the Kaizen methodology from him, let's say. So when you started to apply this to clients, like you may have in the past and also today, how do you think actually this authenticity of the Kaizen methodology is being applied to these clients nowadays?
Well, we think about Kaizen as continuous improvement, right? And also, I think even Masaaki talked in a little bit broader way, like being applied to everything. I remember in one of those visits we did in Japan, and that week he was saying, okay, we were on a hotel, and on a hotel you can also do continuous improvement and improve the, let's say, in this case, and in that case, what the thing he explained, it was how to improve the customer journey. Something that right now we do more and more often. So we started for sure a lot in the automotive, in the industry, but nowadays I think the Kaizen is applied on let's say on the broader way. So we have it either in retail, either in healthcare, in services, public services, among the industries again, and of course all those sectors are a little bit have more or less maturity in it, but I think is the authenticity of it is, okay, how can we do this better? How can we strive for more? Not only in the terms of productivity, or no, how can I put my customer feeling better? How can I give a best customer journey, the best customer experience I could have? So I think this is what is authentic in Kaizen, is let's say, is not only about the purpose of making more with less resources. Of course, That was one of the, let's say, the words in the late 90s, I think. How could we do more? But I think right now is a little bit broad. How can I put my customers feeling better, even my employees feeling better? I think this is very broad.
Okay, all areas of the,
all
of
areas,
the organization,
yeah.
right? Following a bit on this topic, it's true that, let's say that the Kaizen methodology was built on the Toyota production system. So as we were mentioning, it started in manufacturing and in automotive. Now we are here, we are not Japanese, for sure. How do you think also different cultures like ours, for example, have adjusted to the methodology from the authenticity that started in Japan with the TPS?
On the other day, I was having a meeting with a city clerk of the Albuquerque, so in New Mexico. And he was very proud of showing me his own book of the Kaizen, and the Kaizen and Gemba Kaizen. He had both, so he was showing me that. And we are talking about, let's say, the city clerk. We're not talking about, let's say, an industry or so on. So I think in that case, or in different cases, the TPS is the Toyota production system. It was a system built for, let's say, Toyota. Now, every other company has been applying, let's say, different business systems that have either in production, either in their own business. And almost all of them, I'm not saying that everyone is 100% of success, but I think what they strive for is always, how can I do, let's say, the things better? For example, one of the words is just in time, right? One of the key things in the TPS is just in time, is the total quality. How do you do that in an hospital or in a service or in the retail? So everyone wants to have, for example, less stocks, wants to have less impact on the cash flow, wants to free up more cash flow, wants to, let's say, put the system running that you evaluate your, let's say, yourself, your customers evaluate yourself by doing NPS, a Net Promoter Score. So I think the things have evolved quite a bit. I think from the moment Kaizen started, we were in this case, Imai was stating some of the things, and he was quite a visionary at that point, because he was saying things that right now I think are mandatory for the businesses.
Okay. So maybe just the last two questions that I have for you are a bit more coming back to Masaaki's person. So I will go back to that. The first one that I would like to give you is what is this teaching that you have from Masaaki, or that you heard from him, that you are trying every day to pass on to your clients?
Well, there was a thing that Masaaki Imai said when we were in some conferences. He was talking to 400, 500 people, even more than that. And he was saying, so that Kaizen can be applied and, let's say, and this is sustainable throughout the future, you need to have three things: top management commitment, top management commitment, and you know that third one is going to be top management commitment. And, you know, and then I repeated his word in some customers, although I didn't know, or although I understood, but I didn't know how to apply it. You know, I was not like a parrot repeating the things, but I was saying that, and you think, okay, yeah, top management needs, the top management needs to commit, needs to sponsor. No, it's not only sponsor. Top management commitment means leading by example. Top management commitment means demanding. Not saying that they need to do exactly everything that all the people and all the business do, but that they are committed to it, that they apply their time to it. Not only giving the let's say the order to do it. No, they need to be engaged, they need to be involved, they need to influence the people that are making it. So that was a sentence that I always heard from Masaaki Imai, and that was very important, and nowadays is one of the most important things that we have on the business.
And the second one, a bit more personal, in your career, what has been this learning, teaching moment, anecdote, anything from him that impacted your personal or professional career?
I think one of the things that he said often also was the go to Gemba. Sometimes we have some difficult projects or difficult challenges that we face, and we don't know. Okay, look, how can we do this? How can we? I say these guys are experts on this matter. I'm not an expert, but I know how to think. I know how to structure, let's say, a problem. But one of the things that you need to structure a problem is to understand the root cause. So one sentence was go to Gemba. So go to the shop floor, or go to where the action happens. So this is one of the things that helped me throughout my life, even through the Kaizen life, but also in, let's say, the practical things that sometimes people say that is impossible for you to do it in that amount of time or by putting that target. But when you do it and you understand what are the root causes and you go to Gemba, sometimes you can't make it, it happens, but a lot of times you can.
It kind of changes also the way you think at some point,
Yeah,
right? Your mind completely.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, José, so thank you so much for being here with me today, sharing the experiences and your personal also moments with Masaaki. So thank you once again.
Thank you, Aleix. Thank you very much.
So to our audience, we will be having more recordings like this about Masaaki Imai's legacy. So stay tuned and I'll see you soon.